Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for coming back for another video. So today I'm sharing another cook with me since you all seem to enjoy the last one. Today I'm making one main dish, which is shepherd's pie. The rest are some foods that the kids and I like to eat as snacks or sides: tuna, plain pasta, fresh and roasted veggies, and Turkish rice. My bananas are seriously overripe, perfect opportunity to make banana bread. I'm also making peanut butter cookies. I'm gathering the seasonings I'm using for the ground beef. The spice organizer is from Sam's Club. It comes with the spices included and it was around $30. Shepherd's pie is one of my favorite comfort foods. My older sister used to make it. I'm not sure what seasoning she used. I just went with what I usually use when I make ground beef. My kids don't like shepherd's pie. If they tried it, they would, but they also don't like mashed potatoes. So now I'm taking the produce out of the packaging and pulling off the little sticker price tags, preparing them to wash before I season the ground beef. I had a really hard time chopping onions. It was so potent. My eyes were tearing uncontrollably. I had to keep stepping back and drying my eyes. It got to a point where I was full on crying and had to stop to make sure my makeup wasn't running, and of course it was. I tried to fix it, but it just made it worse. You can't tell on camera, but in real life it looked a mess. I added in a little olive oil to the pan over medium heat for the onions to start cooking before the ground beef. I made a mistake here. I filled the pot with water for the corn, then I realized I need to cook the potatoes first, so I switched them out. The water didn't have enough time to get hot, or else I wouldn't have put my hands in there. For my Brussels sprouts and asparagus, I'm using Brittany from Vassar Beauty's recipe. She shared this a long time ago and I still use it all the time. The only difference is I'm using honey and not agave because I didn't see that the agave was pushed to the back of the cabinet, but it tasted exactly the same to me. Now I'm lining my baking pans with parchment paper to roast the veggies, also checking on the ground beef. I did add a little more seasonings based on the smell while cooking. That's how I cook, I don't measure. The veggies are in the oven on 400 degrees until they look crispy enough to me. The ground beef is done, so I'm shutting off the heat and covering it up while I wait for the potatoes to finish boiling. Now I'm getting started on the Turkish rice. I learned to make this a long time ago and it's still my favorite rice, so I always make it this way in the rice cooker. I'm adding in a good amount of butter as it's the key ingredient. This rolled Amish butter is so good. These little things, I have no idea what they're actually called, but it's kind of like a thin, small pasta type thing. Now that the butter has had enough time to melt down, I add in a good amount of these. I'm making a large amount of rice. We all eat rice in my family. These are over medium heat and I cook them until they're brown. I add the rice into the rice cooker with the suggested water. There's like measurements on the inside. And then I pour this straight in and with a little bit of pink salt and set it to cook. The squash is for soup that I'll be making the next day. I just thought to prepare it ahead of time. I'm also chopping up the rest of the produce for snacks and putting them into containers. I completely forgot about the carrots. I'm just going to peel them and roast them on the same pan that I'm roasting the squash on. Now I'm peeling the potatoes. I probably should have waited a little bit longer because it was pretty hot. I'm adding the rolled Amish butter to this and a little bit of salt. Then I'm whisking it with a fork until it's the consistency that I like. Now I'm adding in the canned vegetables, peas, carrots, and sweet corn. I'm using this baking dish that I found at Target a while ago. The ground beef goes on bottom and the mashed potatoes go on top. I added Parmesan cheese on top because that's what I had. I've tried mozzarella and cheddar before and it was still delicious. You don't need very much, just a little bit to crust the top in the oven.
Crazy Monday, I know it shows that I'm a little nervous. I've just realized that I can't let go. There's something about me and you, so let me stay here a little while, at least until I calm down.
The kitchen is getting out of control, so before I prepare anything else, I'm going to quickly put things away and wash the dishes. I still am making a few more things and baking. Now I'm making peanut butter cookies. This is only 4 ingredients, super easy and good. My son loves these. I did leave to pick up the kids from school and I turned the oven off, of course. By the time I got back, the squash and carrots were done by just sitting in the heat. For the peanut butter cookies, you need 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 egg. This is optional, but I use 2 tablespoons of whole wheat flour just so they aren't as sticky when I roll them, and press the top with a fork. Those are going into the oven on 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes. Now on to the banana bread. I'm using 3 overripe bananas. The other 2 I'll use for banana pancakes and put them in the freezer. I peeled them and mashed it with a fork. For the dry ingredients, I'm using whole wheat flour, sugar, baking soda, baking powder, and a pinch of salt and cinnamon. I'll add in the bananas to the dry ingredients with 2 eggs and 5 tablespoons of melted butter. I sprayed the pan with Pam and put some flour inside, making sure to touch all of the edges. I learned this tip from my mom. She makes coconut bread during the holidays. That's a West Indian tradition. I have so many memories baking with my mom as a kid, and I always saw her do this to prevent the bread from sticking in the pan, and it always comes out perfect. The 2 little ones love banana bread for breakfast, in their lunchbox, a snack. It won't last long in our house. I sometimes make 2 when I have enough bananas, and then I'll freeze 1 for another time. I just wrap it really well in some cling wrap, and then when we're ready to eat it, I just set it out to defrost, and it tastes just as good. I put the shepherd's pie into bake along with the banana bread, but I'll be taking it out much sooner. It just needs to crust on top. Now I'm making some tuna. Ruby, my oldest daughter, always asks for tuna when she gets out of school every day. I didn't add any onions this time because Sultan doesn't like them. I also decided to make a salad since my lettuce seemed to be going off. I wanted to save what was left of it. I'll put in the description for you guys exactly what I put in here. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a thumbs up and I'll share more recipes. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all in my next video.